How's it going, guys? James96 here with Danaphanus, the map maker from Exiled. Welcome, Dan.
Hello?
And today, Dan is going to be showing me something really awesome that he's been working on. So, Dan, what is it that we've been playing with just now?
Right, so you'll recall you've been moving a lot of villagers around lately on your maps, and they don't
Yep,
always cooperate quite as you would like,
not
getting
at all.
stuck in corners and wasting a lot of build time. So I thought I'd just come up with a quick, basically it's like a vanilla world plugin. So it's a set of command blocks here, and if you hold an emerald, you can get the villagers to follow you around. So you can use that to move the ones around where you want. It's just something real quick and easy that should make it easier to deal with these guys. So as an example, I got an emerald here, and this guy will just follow me around.
That is so cool. One thing I'll mention very quickly is that the system itself isn't causing lag. It's because Dan's hosting it on his laptop. So if you see it juttering around a bit, that'll be what is causing that.
Yeah, sorry, I should have put it on the official server, but
That's
I
absolutely
was
fine.
just
It gets the point
it's
across. It looks
it's
awesome,
much
doesn't it?
easier to deal with files on your own computer because it's easy to
So
edit
Dan
them
actually
and
got
stuff.
this done really quickly because I was raging away in a Final Battleground live stream about how difficult it is to get villagers to move around, and by the end of the stream, Dan had created this system, which, as you can see, is compacted pretty well as well. So it only uses what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 command blocks, 6 command blocks, and a hopper timer to create what he's done here, which, as you can see, is really awesome. Like, it's really
Yeah,
impressive how it's
there's
done.
only maybe 3 critical command blocks. The rest are just for safekeeping and making
Yeah.
sure the timer will restart if bugs happen. It's better to be safe than sorry.
So what you're
So
saying is when you're walking around, they'll follow you without any issues, right? They'll be if you're
yeah,
walking, as long
so
as you're just
especially in single player, like
yeah,
I guess if you were on a laggy server, you might occasionally lose them. But at least with what I've got now,
yeah,
single player, you should even be fine sprinting or even bunny hopping around. They'll just follow you everywhere. Um, I mean, you can still lose them if you like sprint, bunny hop, and then cut a corner.
yeah.
But it's much easier to just take your selector off the emerald, and then they'll stop following you.
Okay, cool. So
But
if I jump in now and show off
yeah, go
what's
ahead.
going on. So basically, this is kind of like, if you were to explain it in a sort of vanilla term, it's kind of like having wheat and holding it to an emerald, except you don't have to have holding it against a cow. Sorry, except you don't have to wait that stupid amount of time for it to for the cow to recognize or anything. So you got these instant sort of being able to
Yeah.
walk around and get these guys to follow you, and it's
Hmm.
just so useful, especially when they get stuck in corners. That's what used to drive me insane because you'd like have
Yeah.
to break out blocks around them to sort
They'll
of.
come right out of the corner with this. No,
But it's really useful. Like I can see myself using this like all the time in Final Battleground, especially because I'm moving villagers around constantly in that for various
hmm
projects. So it's going to be a lot of fun to use this. Oh, I got them to jump up for a second there. Will they actually, if I fly? I wonder if I can fly slow enough. Probably not. It's quite a lot of fun. Yeah, there's lots of fun little things you can do with that. That
yeah.
should be a lot
I
of fun.
put the I put the radius short just because I didn't want them like flying and random things
Yeah,
like
it does.
that.
It would be a bit silly. But you were saying that we've got this little obstacle course here that Dan's been working on. Let's grab this guy. So you can get them to sort of jump up and follow it. Oh,
Mhm.
is he going to come to me? Yeah, there we go. So you can get them to sort of follow you up on these little obstacles, and even if they fall off for whatever reason, if in single player, I'm not sure how well it will work in this, but if I push him off, you can see that he'll actually stay with me because I'm close enough to him that he's not going to. So if he randomly decides to wander off, he will.
Yeah.
It won't be an issue. Is the basic use for that, which
Hmm.
is really useful actually, because villagers are really stupid, aren't they? In terms of
Yeah.
AI, they are one of the most frustrating. Like they need massive upgrades to their AI to get them how they should be.
Hmm.
But
And
yeah,
I will mention when I talked to Samuelenko, the other command block designer on the team, about this,
yeah.
he actually was able to come up with a way that we might be able to make leads work too. So
Ah, yeah, that'll be exciting.
I think this is fun because it's kind of like Simon Says, they follow you and
Yeah, 'cause you thought about it as
face
well.
you.
You've got them to like
Yeah,
face you when you're
yeah.
teleported them. so they face in the direction that you're facing. So it's very clever.
Yeah,
You thought of a lot of little details, and you said that you're going to get it to work in multiplayer as soon
yeah.
as you have that set
So
up.
right now it's targeting all players, but using the scoreboard, you could selectively set it to just a single player, and it would discriminate. This system is built for single player though, so we can install it on Final Battleground for you to test out if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to be testing out on Final Battleground, see if I see any major things that I'd add to it or anything. But at the moment, it does seem like a pretty solid system as it is. So basically, in terms of how it works, you've got this hopper clock here, which detects a single item. And Dan, you might need to jump in if I get something wrong here. It's a test for command here. So this tests if you've got your selected item. At the moment, it's testing for all players. Testing if your selected item is an emerald. If it is, then it obviously sends out a redstone signal, which changes this torch here, which goes into this locked repeater, which is where I start to lose understanding of what's going on. So this set block command, I assume, is setting this block right here to stone. This block that I'm standing on. Is that right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got basically at the moment it's on a slow circuit because it's just got this hopper timer here. But when you pick up a redstone, you'll see it goes into this fast timer here. So it's actually lag reducing as well when you're not using
that's the idea.
The emerald. It's not still fully, full functioning, full like redstone usage. So that sets that block. So you'll see at the moment it's not doing it. As soon as I pick up an emerald, this will be activated and it will turn that on. That's basically how that works. And then you've got these two here, which sets the block back to redstone after a 1 tick delay. So that's how you get this timer going. And then you've got the block down here, which, what's that doing?
Yeah.
This is the big one. This is basically going to all entities. If the entity is of type villager and it's within 3 radius of the player, then it will prevent motion. So what that means is that it will stop the villager from moving, right? So he's not going to try and walk away from me whilst I'm holding a emerald.
Well, he will try, but setting the
motion
to 0 makes it harder for him to escape, essentially.
Got it. So yeah, you use the 1.8 command of entity data to solve that, which is pretty clever. And then this last command here is the TP command, which TPs the villager to the player. So yeah, it's a very clever system, really, really smart, really compact, and I'll be putting it into my final battle. Well, I'll get Dan to put it into my final battleground world for me because he's that nice, and we'll get that going so that we can test that out further in there. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say. Did you have any other points that you wanted to make?
Yeah, so this very last command block you talked about here,
Got it.
The TP to you. So the reason that this works and makes it look like they're following you is because actually when you teleport short distances, Minecraft actually makes the entity move to that position. It doesn't instantaneously teleport. And when that happens, they do their walking animation. So if you're at a distance of 2 or 3, it just looks like they're walking after you. Now 3 is a little jerkier. You only want that if you want to be able to sprint with them. If you want it to look a lot smoother, you can try R=2 on your single player game, and that will limit the radius even more. It'll make it's easier to pick out single villagers as well. So I'll let you experiment and decide which you like better.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll play around with it and see which one I prefer.
I do know that on 4 and above, it just looks jerky. You can tell it's a teleport, not a following.
Rather than following. Got it.
2, it's actually pretty hard to tell they're not just walking. So I do like that one, but just because when I logged in this morning, I noticed my laptop was lagging a little bit. I changed it to 3 just for the demonstration. So, but you can test it out and see what you think. So
okay, that's awesome. So yeah, that is a really cool mechanic which Dan has shown off there. If you want to see more stuff like this, Dan actually has a channel with the rest of the Oath Brothers called the Oath Bros, which he's going to start uploading similar-ish stuff to this. From my understanding. You're going to be doing sort of stuff to do with maps. There's you're looking at doing other sort of series on that, so that'd be really cool if you do get around to doing that. So if you are subscribed and you're interested in what you're seeing here, then definitely check out Dan's channel where he'll be doing more stuff like this. I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can subscribe if you want to. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.